It's just fucking. Never turns up a fucking time. Just like fucking. Right, where are you? Geek. Here we go.
Speak to Geek.
Geek, where the hell are you?
What do you mean?
It's the blooming afternoon. We're supposed to be recording Total Markout, Season 3, Episode 1. Where the fuck are you?
What? That's not till next week.
What do you mean so next week? We've been putting it off week after week after week because you can't get your lardy fucking fat ass in this fucking building. Just get in the studio as soon as you fucking can. We're recording it today.
Fine, alright, fuck's sake. God.
Fine. Goodbye.
God, he's a fucking miserable. Where's my glass? Oh my God. Hi, boss.
Oh, welcome back, Geek.
What?
Can we get on with this?
Did you know that's been there? Like, forever?
Of course, it's my house. Of course I've known it's there.
I only learned about it like yesterday.
Just sit the fuck down, would you?
That's it.
We're putting this off week after fucking week.
I'm just, isn't someone happy? I'm prepared, let's go.
Oh, you're suitably ready now?
Wait. That's not me. Okay, that is me. Just begin the show. Speak the Geek.
Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Whoa. What do you think I do? That's not how we start this show.
What?
That's not how we start the show.
How do we start the show?
Hello, Marks! That's how we start the show. We always start the show like that.
We've never done that before. We have literally...
We have, because you always tell me off for starting the show too loudly to people.
Ugh. Right. Okay. Let's try it again.
It's too late now, I've lost the moment.
Welcome to Hashtag Total Markout Season 3, Episode 1. We are back. It's a new year. And,
It's a new day. It's a new
generation.
New generation.
And, as you know, per usual, we're here to talk to you about our opinion on the world of professional wrestling, whether it's WWE, TNA, or which, the likes of which we normally talk about. We're here to talk about some of the rumours going around and, you know, give our...
I'm not.
Give our recommend...
I'm off dirt. I'm off the sheets.
Yeah.
I'm going clean, man.
Give our
I'm clean. Ain't no fucking dirt in me.
Give our recommendations for the things you should watch in...
Oh shit, yeah, do you watch that?
We don't... No. It's not called you gotta watch. It's called you gotta watch. Cha-cha! And of course, answering any questions you may have sent us in #FineCorner.
Which are probably outdated by now.
Well, we've got a couple there we'll get to because they've asked for impressions and the like, and so we can say we've definitely done them. But we'll get all into that later on. The first thing I think we should probably get into is, of course, the first pay-per-view of the year, which is the Royal Rumble. And, well, here's the thing. Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt, I thought was a great match.
Match of the night.
Now, some people would dare try to argue that Daniel Bryan was carrying the match.
No.
Because apparently, if it's not Daniel Bryan or CM Punk, it's not a good wrestler. You know what I mean? But no, Bray Wyatt's good. And I thought that was a fantastic match between the two. Honestly, saw it going Daniel Bryan's way.
Yeah, to that fucking end.
That end, man. I mean, what I loved, my favourite moment in that match was Daniel Bryan goes for the suicide dive, gets caught by Bray Wyatt and straight into the Sister Abigail. That I've not seen.
He found fucking suicide on that dive.
Oh, hi.
Apparently, Sister Abigail was not a fan of goats. Whether they fly or fucking walk.
He was the sacrificial goat.
Oh, he was fucking sacrificial, Harry.
But it was an incredible match. And of course...
Incredible match, and then of course, the crowd were lively for that one, everyone was pumped. We were pumped watching the fuck.
Yeah.
And then we get to the fucking...
what, John Cena, Randy Orton?
No, I'm sure it was a match before that.
Big Show, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. And we were pumped for that, me and you, both.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean,
and then all of a sudden, fucking Brock decides, no, I'm not going to fight this. I'm just going to beat the living shit out of a giant with about 17 chairs. And officially on WWE.com, WWE have fined him for excessive use of a chair.
I thought it was just putting his hands on the referee.
Yeah, 6 and 2 threes.
I suppose.
And Big Show has yet to be fined on TV for swearing.
Yeah. What I think is so weird though is like
that was the first thing that I said was he could get fined for that.
But one of guys now as soon as WWE announced, Brock Lesnar's been fined $10,000 for sex assault, and fans immediately going, oh yeah, like he's actually been fined. It's like, so hang on, you can't win when you're consistent with your storylines. But you can't win when you're not being consistent with your storylines. Of course it's kayfabe. What do you expect? But that's like saying, Randy Orton's not the champion, even though he pinned John Cena.
I'm going to kill Funk for his fucking chair.
Yeah,
it's officially fucking broken in half.
Yeah, we got a brand new chair in the studio, and it's been broken by the mascot Funk.
In less than a fucking month.
Yeah.
I think it's a fortnight you've had this fucker here, and he's already broke the fucker. But... here's the thing.
Yeah.
So it's $10,000 for putting your hands on an official or excessive violence, which one they went with.
Yeah.
But it's $250,000.
Yeah.
If you ruin a main event and attack as Miz and
can you remember when Sheamus was being fined by John Laurinaitis?
Yeah, well, that like $50,000.
Yeah, he charged like $50,000 for it.
So how's this work? Sheamus, R-Truth, and Miz are on better contracts than fucking Brock Lesnar. Sorry. Brock Lesnar!
Well, possibly the other way around. It's like Brock Lesnar gets taken. But did you see how it was played off on Twitter? Paul Heyman wrote that I will pay Brock Lesnar's fine. Brock Lesnar's fine.
Fine, bro.
And also that they're not going to challenge on the unconstitutional fine. I did ask Paul Heyman, could he explain why it's unconstitutional? Didn't get a reply back. We're not best bros, you know what I mean?
Well, like me and JR.
No, not like you and JR.
Me and Hurricane.
Yeah. You and everybody else, basically.
Me and Angel Lee.
Yeah, of course. You've got a fantastic dream world.
Fucking do.
Yeah.
See, I'm putting in the best in that one.
But I mean,
we'll get that fucker in a minute. Don't worry about that.
The problem with John Cena versus Randy Orton for the title, it was kind of like,
bored as fuck. Holy shit! Did you just do an AA?
Randy Orton does an AA.
Wait a minute.
John Cena does an RKO.
Which we then spent the next 5 minutes of the match trying to look on Wikipedia to find out what it would actually be called.
Yeah.
I think it's the JAFC because his middle name is John. It's John Anthony Felix Cena or something shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So he's Jack.
And obviously, John Cena really just doesn't give a shit now about calling spots.
He's just fucking okay. Oh,
You know what? He might as well go with the bell and going, "We shall now do a suplex. Hear ye, hear ye." It's just like, Cena, fucking try. I'm not asking a lot, really. Just fucking try. You know, surely at this stage in your life, it can't be too much to ask. But apparently, it's like, I don't know. But there was a rumor. I don't know how legit it is because I haven't gone back and watched it. That
Cena's deaf. That's the problem.
No, that at some point in the match, Randy Orton mouthed to John Cena, "Worst crowd ever," and Cena replied with, "Don't worry about it."
Well, he was visibly pissed off. You could see that the whole way through.
Yeah.
I didn't see him mouth up, but
And it would be GFAC KO, John Felix Anthony Cena.
I know the right names. That's wrong around.
So Jafakov, Jafakok, or something like that.
Jafako.
Jafako, sorry,
Jafako.
because JFACKO. So
Jafako might.
Jafako.
Jafakok might be what Mickey calls him, like.
Yeah.
But I fucking doubt it's what you know.
Jafako.
But well.
But
Randy's had this before, and if you notice, whenever there's a hostile crowd, it's the Randy Orton matches, they fucking turn up.
Yeah.
Randy Orton versus, I think it was Kofi. No, sorry, it was Randy Sheamus, famously the night after WrestleMania, where they got the Smart Mark crowd, which in actual fact wasn't Smart Mark fans, it was just pissed fucking English people going, fucking, what's this? Where's JBL over there? I haven't seen him since fucking ages. You saw him last night, mate. No, I wasn't there, man.
Yeah.
He wasn't fucking there.
But it was this idea, like, he gets pissed off when people are but it's like, you're a fucking heel. Just enjoy pissing the crowd off.
He wants the crowd to be pissed off at him.
Yeah.
Not at the match. And I don't think he wants the crowd halfway through just to go, fuck it, let's chant for the commentators. And then turn around and go, fuck it, let's do a fucking Mexican wave.
If Randy Orton can remember what it is to be dynamic, it would be helpful.
I might go back and watch in 2006.
Yeah. I mean, I remember being quite happy when he became World Heavyweight Champion against Chris Benoit.
Or four.
Oh, yeah, was it SummerSlam, yes. You know, I mean, he lost it a month later to Triple H, but that's beside the point.
Don't turn Evolution. Evolution turns on you.
Yeah. But, vicious electric chair drop. But,
thumbs up, thumbs down.
The thing is, this all went to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and of course, everyone around the world.
Yeah, you're missing one thing.
What am I missing?
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, yes, of course. Now,
your ass better call somebody.
This calls up a bit of an issue because we were very, very happy when the New Age Outlaws were able to pick up the tag team titles. We were shocked. And I was like, well, that's actually pretty cool.
It's an interesting way to go with things.
You know, and obviously it seems to be an instrument towards Cody Goldust kind of a feud that they've always been...
And also an instrument of maybe giving Usos a tag without damaging the Shield and having face versus face.
Exactly.
Because the Usos are fucking red hot in a minute.
Well, every time I think about that tag team match and the result, I keep thinking about the Royal Rumble. And here's why. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view itself had some decent spots, but not a lot else. It's basically all sizzle, no steak, and in a lot of cases, not even that much sizzle. You look at your big moments where some of the people out in it, Kevin Nash, we were all kind of like, what?
Yep.
Kofi Kingston's annual...
Right, Kofi did, but we got two this year.
Yeah.
But Kofi gets pushed off. No, sorry, Rusev, didn't he?
Yeah, he gets pushed off.
And I said that Rusev turned up on TV, out of the fucking blue, sporting some new trunks, a new look, kind of. You know, not with the whole fucking loincloth diaper thing he usually wears.
Yeah.
Comes out, fucking Bulgarians around Bulgaria go fucking nuts.
New theme song.
Yeah, I think it was
it wasn't the Bulgarian theme.
Yeah, I think it was something different there.
It was probably Jim Johnson's work.
Probably a rework of the national anthem. You know, they all go nuts. We're sitting there going, fucking Rusev?
Yeah.
I'm telling boss, I fucking told you.
Yes, you were.
And
you did.
Did a very impressive fucking showing.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, You know, at some point he's taken out. He then turns his attention to Kofi, beats the fucker up, then puts him on that barricade, lies, and I'm sitting there going, "He hasn't touched the fucking ground yet."
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't touched the ground.
He's in this predicament where he's on the barrier that separates the fans from the ramp.
Yeah.
So he's standing on there, and me and Keegan, about their little brother, obviously Low Walker won. We're watching this going, he can't. There's no way, because if he fucks this up, it will be a spectacular fuck up.
Watch him in, will actually have something to report on.
Yeah, but he runs.
Rather than making a lot out of nothing.
He runs on the barricade, leaps, and makes it look fucking easy. And at that point, it's just like, he's done it again. How the fuck does he keep doing it? Even CM Punk's going, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm sitting there thinking, well, that's the Kofi Kingston moment tonight.
Yeah.
No, later on in the fucking match, he's getting beaten up to the point where, I think it's Jack.
Yeah.
Jack Swagger is pushing his foot towards the fucker.
Yeah.
And he ends up losing his boots because Kofi takes it off him to stop him from choking him.
Yeah.
While Kofi is hanging from the bottom rope against the fucking ring without touching the floor with his fucking feet.
Yeah, his toes are barely holding on. Jack Swagger leans over to give the 5 push-offs, so Kofi hits him in his head with his own shoe.
And then gets back in the fucking ring.
Yeah, it's just like, Kofi, man, what the fuck?
Of course.
We're gonna, yeah.
There's also, let's look at the Rumble matches we do.
Uh-huh.
Number 1, leading into it, we already knew CM Punk was number 1 thanks to the corporate Kane.
Yeah.
Number 2, though, we also wonder who it can be. Now, previously, before this, I'd already stated I think Rollins would be the longest running Shield member. Didn't think he'd be number 2, though.
No. He came in entry number 2, yeah.
Now, we had some good fun here. Some good matches, some bits and bobs. Like we say, Kevin Nash turned up.
Yep.
Fucking Rusev showed up.
Yep.
Rusev showed up. Of course, the main entrant, though, the one that I was looking forward to, was my boy. Your boy Joe.
Yeah.
Big Roman. The big dog. I was waiting for Superman punches and spears all around the world. I mean, that was... And did he deliver? Yeah, damn right he did.
He came in at number 15, so he was at the exact halfway point, and he was, he came out the runner-up. He lasted 33 minutes and 41 seconds, which I think is possibly the third longest in the Rumble. From looking at this data, it's looking like the third longest.
Yeah, Punk lasted the longest of 49.
Oh, fourth, because Dean Ambrose was in there 5 seconds longer than he was. But because he was at number 2 and Roman Reigns was at 15 or something like that. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, because you got to remember though that Roman Reigns made it all the way to the end. But yeah, I mean Roman Reigns, Jesus Christ, Roman
Reigns. Sure, that Roman Reigns had the charisma to put a crowd in. Because we'll get to that point.
Oh, yeah.
But Roman Reigns did something I thought would never happen. Roman Reigns broke the Big Red Machine's all-time elimination in a single Royal Rumble with 12. Roman Reigns eliminated 12, and it all started with Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
Poor Kofi.
Yeah,
Kofi couldn't escape that big, I'm going to catch you and throw you on the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, the list of people, Kofi Kingston, Goldust, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Nash, the Great Khali, along with the rest of the Shield, Sheamus, El Torito.
Yes, El Torito was in the Royal Rumble.
Antonio Cesaro.
We, the people.
Luke Harper.
Yeah.
John Bradshaw Layfield.
Yep, JBL entered and left.
In 21 seconds.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And I've noticed...
It was Rollins.
Yeah.
Rollins. Because you got Rollins, Cesaro, and...
Sorry, I forgot to mention, right? Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, obviously, they were both eliminated by Reigns because Dean Ambrose tried to eliminate Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins was like, what the fuck are you doing, Ambrose?
That's not the plan.
They got into an argument, and then Reigns went, right, fuck you, both put them over the rope at the same time. And basically, you do not eliminate me. He was just like, damn.
Now let's just look at this. Let me run down the entrance in order, not eliminated in order of entry. That's usually how it works. So your Punk and Rollins, Damien Sandow, which is basically you, boss, but with a beard and an American.
You're welcome.
Exactly. Cody Rhodes, who used to have a mustache. It was a good one.
Yep.
Kane. Yes, we were also... No one said Corporate Kane was allowed to enter, and then all of a sudden he was given a one-night deal with the Authority that he could enter the Royal Rumble to A, keep his streak alive of consecutive Royal Rumbles, and B, possibly break HB Shizzle's all-time record of eliminations. He did get one. CM Punk. After Punk had already eliminated him about half an hour before this.
Yeah, we'll get into the order of eliminations as well in a moment.
I thought the Rusev, that was a big first surprise.
Yeah.
And hell of a showing.
After Kane, yeah.
What a hell of a showing, though. Impressed a lot. I know a lot of people aren't happy, don't really like him or high on him because of his limited ability, for what appears to be a limited ability anyway.
He probably needs a bit more of a polish, but that's it, really.
Then you had Jack Swagger.
Oh, aye. Who just darted it.
Yeah.
Of course, we've got to give props to, old Zebby.
Who came out with 2 signs.
2 signs, both hilarious. Oh, Zebby.
Uncle Zebediah. Kofi Kingston. Jimmy Uso.
That's racist.
Oh! Goldust. Sorry, dude.
They didn't get the visual, thankfully.
I didn't realize how much was in there.
No! Here's a tip. When doing an impression of Goldust, don't have any saliva in your mouth at the time.
Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, who got a huge push. Huge fucking pop.
Oh, that roof exploded.
And tweeted afterwards saying, "Thank you for reminding me why I did this." Even in a backstage segment on WWE.com, where a video saying, "That is why I do stuff like I do this. I thank you for reminding me."
Yeah.
The truth will set him free.
Oh, yes. Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I couldn't believe Nash was going to be there. Big Roman turned up at 15, like we mentioned, and then after this was a one we all sitting there and went, really? And on old school Raw, he redeemed himself. He brought Ranjit Singh out of the fire.
Yeah. But still, Craig Carly in the Rumble.
It's just a waste of a fucking spot.
Obviously, Sheamus returned.
Too many limes, lobster head, whatever you want,
The Miz. Followed by...
There's never fucking wasted spot, The Miz.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about him.
And then, of course, the next entrant was...
Go.
With Summer Rae.
Yeah. Yeah.
Followed by El Torito.
Hey!
Antonio Cesaro.
We, the people.
Luke Harper.
Yeah.
Jey Uso.
That's racist.
Woo! I'm all done. What? That's all I remember.
I know.
JBL.
John Bradshaw Rayfield. I am what I said I am in a wrestling god.
Eric Rowan.
He threw me out, Michael. He threw me out.
Eric Rowan. Ryback.
Feed me more. I'm a big guy.
And it's season 3, so it's my turn. It's Alberto!
Dun, dun,
followed by...
dun.
You don't want to say it, but you got to say it, Geek. Say it, Geek. Who's number 28, Geek? Who's number 28, Geek?
Batista.
Dave Batista. Followed by Big E. Langston.
3 ain't enough, man. I need 5.
And, of course, number 30, the ultimate...
Daniel Bryan.
No.
Daniel Bryan.
No. The ultimate...
No.
The
Daniel Bryan was number 30.
No.
No, you see,
No.
because I paid
No.
good money on Pop
Yes.
to bring around yours because you paid good money on the Royal Rumble
Yes, Geek.
in order to watch Daniel Bryan enter the Royal Rumble and win the Royal Rumble.
Number 30 went to
Daniel Bryan,
Rey Mysterio.
who sneaked across the border to steal Daniel Bryan's spot.
Rey Mysterio.
I'm thinking, Zeb was right all along about that. It was Tijuana.
Rey Mysterio.
Yes, I know. I called him a city. Calm down.
Rey Mysterio was number 30.
And boy, did that get a positive reception.
Possibly the most...
I have never, in my 23 years now, nearly, of watching professional wrestling, sports entertainment, and mainly the WWE, ever heard a crowd turn so quickly on a Royal Rumble match.
Yeah. But the thing is, before the end of the match, like before a certain event occurred, Rey Mysterio was the most booed man in the Rumble.
Yeah, and then I believe... Yeah, and then Rollins kicked him in the head.
Yeah.
Rollins kicked him in the head.
Yeah.
And he got eliminated.
And then all
of a sudden, there was a huge pop.
Yeah, basically, he's cutting through a lot of people. Just so you know, the first 4 that were eliminated, Damien Sandow was the first to be eliminated after 2 minutes and 8 seconds of being in the Rumble.
Punk.
Kane was eliminated after 56 seconds in the Rumble.
By CM Punk.
Alexander Rusev was third.
By CM Punk, Kofi Kingston, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins.
He was in for 6 minutes 42 seconds. And then R-Truth was eliminated by Dean Ambrose.
The man who had all the numbers!
After being in for only 28 seconds. Your final 4 in the Rumble was CM Punk, Sheamus, Roman Reigns, and Batista.
Now you tell me out internet, because we're friends in that wrestling community. We may have said some things in the past that you may regret, but I don't.
Correction, I may have said things that I regret and he doesn't.
Well, I said you may have said some things, but we're friends. We're all cool.
Yeah.
So out of Sheamus, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Batista, who do you think the crowd in Pittsburgh want to see win?
Well,
I guess I'm going to take a minute to guess that it wasn't the guy eliminated by Kane about a couple of seconds after this came down to the final 4.
After being in the Rumble for 49 minutes and 11 seconds, Kane came out of nowhere to eliminate CM Punk from the Rumble.
It wasn't really out of nowhere. During an elimination, we saw Kane sneaking underneath the bottom rope.
Yeah, which was really good. Well done. So that left Sheamus, Roman Reigns, and Batista to the fans immediately getting pissed off and booing the fuck until they remembered. Hang on, Roman Reigns is still in.
I think they were still booing anyway. They were like, "What the fuck? Punk's eliminated, Bryan's eliminated." And then Sheamus and Batista were fighting each other, so it was just deafening of boos.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there going, what the fuck are they going to do here?
But in fairness...
And then all of a sudden, Roman came out of nowhere and kicked someone in the head.
Yeah.
And then I think he punched two people.
Yeah, but he eliminated Sheamus. So now it's down to Roman Reigns and Batista. All of a sudden, Roman Reigns!
Oh yeah, turning that fucking numbers around.
And of course, eventually, it's basically Batista does a spear on Roman. I say he does a spear. He collides into him and Roman does his best.
Damn near breaks his leg.
And Roman decides, no, this is how you do a spear. Delivers on to Batista. Batista suddenly remembers what it's like to have a lower body as it starts stinging in agony.
Which is weird because if you look at Roman, if you look at Batista, he's got the legs of Cody Rhodes and the top half of Brock Lesnar.
Well, basically, after the Batista, who's been in for the Rumble for 12 minutes and 52 seconds against Roman Reigns, 33 minutes and 41 seconds, Batista...
Did the old switcheroo on elimination. Wasn't even an original one.
Irish whip, basically.
Roman went to grab him by the head to throw him over the top rope, and Dave switched it. As simple as that.
And Batista, Triple H's buddy, wins the Royal Rumble. Now, here's the fallout.
The fallout?
On Raw...
Mick Foley broke a fucking TV.
Yeah.
With a baseball bat, signed by some Yankee.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as an American, I mean actually a Yankee player.
Now, CM Punk went home from Raw. We don't know if he's quit the company for good. Everyone's reporting that he has, but we haven't said anything. CM Punk hasn't said anything. And I ended up having an argument with a random guy on Twitter about this who came at me. I don't know what his fucking problem was, but here's the problem I have.
Tampon was left off.
Well, he turned around and said, why would they confirm it? Well, you remember when Austin fucking took his ball and went home?
I heard that night on Raw.
Exactly. We found out about the fucking thing.
Live on Raw.
So...
because The Rock then came back.
So basically...
And The Rock says that was his home forever. And he was never going to leave. And then he left.
Yeah. Geek still has a slight bone of contention in regards to this matter. But that's the thing. It's like...
I don't know what you mean.
So, Daniel Bryan, and I'll be honest with you, I watched a tiny bit of Raw because I didn't want to watch Raw. I was so deflated with the product at the time. It wasn't one of those, well, I'm not watching anymore. I was going to watch Raw because I remember saying to you, like, I wonder how this is going to play out on Raw. Mm-hmm. Every time I try to watch Raw, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And then I finally started watching it. There was only one bit that I was actually engaged in, and that was when Daniel Bryan confronts the authority.
I was laughing my back off when Triple H comes out. I posted a picture of when Raw started when the authority were there.
Yeah.
On Instagram and on Tumblr.
Yeah.
And it was a case of basically it was a quizzical look at my face.
Yeah.
And it was, this is my Raw face right now.
Yeah.
And then like Triple H gets on the mic and within 2 seconds wins me back over to being, I'm going to watch the product now.
Yeah.
It was... oh, did someone not get what they want? I'm like, you fucking dick, I love you.
Yeah.
You and your shit-eating grin, the pair of yous. Yeah, we know you're fucking her, and she's fucking you, and you're happy fucking each other. Well, fuck off. Some of us are fucking ourselves.
But the point is, though, Daniel Bryan comes out, starts complaining, well, quite right.
The yes movement!
At which point Stephanie McMahon says, do you think people come here just to see you? At which point the entire world... exploded with, yes, yes, yes!
And it was kindly mainly focused in the arena that was Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. So, I mean, nobody was really bitching.
Daniel Bryan!
Yeah, I mean, in Ohio, people weren't talking about Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. Well, wait, Barrett was, but that's a separate matter. But nobody was talking...
only because Miz was in the match.
Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
And to be fair, it's not weird Barrett. It's now Bad News Barrett. His official first name is Bad News.
Can I have some decorum, please? I'm going to have to do that for the show.
I want that on a t-shirt. This one decorum, please. But like, his official first name has been changed to Bad News.
Yeah, no.
I didn't realise we were in this fucking 80s and Bad News Alan and Bad News Brown was around.
Bad News Brown. Fucking hell. But
apparently we are, and Bad News Barrett has taken over the mantle.
Bad News Barrage. That's 4 Bs.
Well, to be fair, his hashtag is B and B. So, yeah, to me, Bad News Barrett being hashtag B and B, I just see him sitting up someplace in Vermont with Alicia Fox, and then having fucking them having like Nikki and John and Brie and Daniels around on the weekend, and them taking them out on fucking voyaging trips, and fucking Barrett coming downstairs and going, I'm afraid, John, I've got some bad news. We're out of bacon.
Yeah.
At which point Daniel's going, well, that's not bad news for me. I've got some bad news for you. I don't know what a fucking vegan is.
Just as Alicia Fox after just, about to throw away some of the protection going, Alicia, I've got some bad news.
That's when he turns around and goes, Alicia, I've got some bad news. I'm going through the traded entrance.
It's like... the thing is, we make all these jokes because we don't want to talk about Raw.
Raw was alright. Raw settled the Elimination Chamber, much to Randy Orton's dismay. In the Elimination Chamber match, we will have Randy Orton, the Viper, the face of the WWE, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the champion of champions, defending it against 5 men in what can only be Satan's playground. And but the main event of Raw was, will he face the Shield in a because they were facing in a qualifying match the team of the WWE All-Stars, John Cena, Sheamus, and the B+ star, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan. Now, what we failed to mention was, at the Royal Rumble, just before the end of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, we had a little entry. The Wyatt family. Bray's decided for some reason to attack John Cena.
Yeah.
Now, if you're watching Raw and you're sitting going, well, they're not going to do anything else with that, you're wrong. It actually leads to good things. They attack the Wyatt family attacks Cena and Bryan and Sheamus. They all fight them off, which leads to disqualification of the Shield because they're fighting on their behalf.
Yeah.
Therefore, per the contract that was written, the winners of the match, the entire team, is entered into the Elimination Chamber.
John Cena, Sheamus, and Daniel Bryan make up 3 of the 6 men that will fight in the Elimination Chamber. The other 2 are sold out on SmackDown.
Are they?
Yeah, and I know who they are.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, because I read the SmackDown as well because I just don't have time to watch SmackDown. Hey, look! During the show, we got a follower on Total Market's Tumblr page.
Well, that's
FY Legion of Doom.
Well.
So yes, basically,
that
I can tell you that the other 2 people who go in the chamber, one of them fucking deserves it. The other one's like, wait, what? When did that happen? But hey, not bad. That's the only clue you're gonna get.
Brad Mannix.
No, not Brad Mannix.
Hashtag Beefy GM.
It's not Beefy GM. Shut up. I will not have any of your Brad Mannix shenanigans here, sir.
Beefy Champ.
It's not Beefy Champ.
It could be the Beefy Champ.
He's not. How many titles has he actually won?
A few in FCW, I think. He's 4 tag team champions with. What was his name?
How many has he got in NXT or WWE?
PS. What was Dolph's brother's name?
Oh, look it up for you if you want.
Something PS.
But anyway, whilst I'm looking this up, continue talking about what happened at Raw with a certain pissed off beast.
Well, the beast incarnate himself, my client Brock Lesnar, that's a big show, let's just say. He declared that he is very sick of hearing no answer. That was no answer from the German correspondent here. Yeah. Fuck knows why my voice has decided to do that.
No, I don't know why.
But I thought I'd carry on for a bit.
Yeah, just keep going, nobody knows.
Fair enough.
He was by the way, Brad Mannix was a 2-time FCW Florida Tag Team Champion with Briley Pierce and Rick Victor.
Oh, Victor. That'll probably be before he changed to the whole steampunk goth thing he's doing, the Ascension.
Yeah.
By the way, the Ascension now no longer Conor O'Brien and Rick Victor. They are Conor with a K. Because it's, Mortal Kombat or some shit.
Yeah.
And Victor.
Because little C is cool.
I think Victor's also with a K.
He was also a 1-time FCW 15 champion.
That means the match is a time of 15, I believe.
He was also an OVW television champion and OVW heavyweight champion.
Back when he was Beef Wellington.
Yes, well, there you go. But basically, he had an ultimatum with Brad Mannix. He said, look, I either want a match, my client wants a match with either the WWE World Heavyweight Champion or with the so-called #1 contender Batista.
And then during the rematch for the WWE Tag Team Champions,
featuring
where Cody Rhodes and Goldust, the Brotherhood, went one-on-one.
2-on-1. It's 2-on-2. We play the wrestling game. It's labeled as 2v2.
1-1 versus 1-1.
Fuck off. Are we doing Roman numerals? I versus I.
Can do if you want. It's confusing the Royal Rumble.
Tis I. Tis the Road Dog, says I.
And it was, of course, against the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Generation X proudly brings to you it's WWE 6-time Tag Team Champions of the World, the Road Dogg Jesse James, the badass Billy Young, the New Age Outlaws. Well, the match ended in a DQ when Billy did the right thing this time and left the fucking ring. And Dog was already out the ring, so that was good.
Yeah.
And Brock decided, I'm going to beat the fuck out of both Rhodes Brothers. Because the Authority chose option C.
Which was no.
No, there won't be a match for anyone.
And, which is a good thing,
And, I mean, they had this coming when, considering Paul said, you have these options, or else.
Yeah, so Triple H has done an interview on WWE.com, and I can report on it because it's obviously
happened Wednesday, we're on Friday.
Past the spoiler deadline. Basically, Triple H said, look, at the end of the day, I don't care what Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman thinks. You know, if you want something around here, you've got to earn it. Brock Lesnar had an opportunity to earn himself into the Elimination Chamber match. He turned it down. But what I can tell you is that next week on Raw, the Cody Rhodes and Goldust will get their rematch for the Tag Team Championships where they face the New Age Outlaws in a steel cage match.
That can't be good for Billy's health.
No, but when is anything good for Billy's health?
Not always those drugs, though.
He's got, he's just exactly like fucking, Dolph Ziggler. If he sits down, he'll sell it. He'll swear to God, like, every time he sits down, you think Bully Ray's behind him doing the bomb. But yes, so it's really hard to say how Elimination... I mean, I'm not amped for Elimination Chamber because if Randy Orton doesn't walk out of the Elimination Chamber as the champion, I will be fucking shocked beyond belief. You just know that somewhere along the way, Daniel Bryan's going to get screwed. I honestly think we are going to see Daniel Bryan and Triple H at WrestleMania. I think we'll probably end up seeing John Cena taking on Bray Wyatt.
Possible.
Undertaker, I'll be very surprised we see him at all. I don't even know if he'll even be mentioned. If anything, he might end up being put into the Hall of Fame.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame.
Yes, something good!
Well, there was something bad before, something good.
Okay, well, you go for it.
You go for it.
You go for it. I barely watched the fucking show. I was that disheartened with it.
No, I meant the
good bit.
The bad part of the Hall of Fame.
What's the bad part of the Hall of Fame?
You know what the bad part of the Hall of Fame is. You haven't had a chance to report about it yet.
Oh, yes, of course. You see, a certain individual was the first to be announced.
And they will go into the Royal Rumble, and they will fill with the Rookie Fuel, and they will go onto the curtains of justice, stand upon the podium of belief, and they will fill out his soul. The Ultimate Warrior. I thought it was Virgil.
The Ultimate Warrior is going into the Hall of Fame. The racist, bigoted, sexist, evil fucking homophobic cunt sack of a twat.
Boss.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan's already in it.
No, I meant Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, right. Same, very similar.
The one which isn't a closet.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, you mean the one that is homophobic, not the one that is closeted?
I mean, Hulk Hogan who pretends he isn't. As opposed to Ultimate Warrior, who's open about the fact that he just hates everyone that isn't a straight white guy. And most straight white guys he doesn't like either. So really, he just hates everyone, but he hates other people a bit more.
Is he the one that doesn't have the whole thing with his daughter?
Yes.
Alright, I got you.
Okay. So yes, Ultimate Warrior was the first announced to go to the Hall of Fame because, people just seem to forget that he's a fucking racist, sexist, homophobic, bigoted
pisses me off.
twat.
He's got one of the best logos in the business. I can't buy any of his merchandise, which is all, by the way, really fucking cool. Because of the fact that I personally don't agree with anything and don't want to see any money go his way.
Yeah. But there were other names announced to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was. Who else was announced to the Hall of Fame?
I'm assuming alongside Damien.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake Roberts was announced to be. That's the only two people currently announced for the class of 2014 Hall of Fame.
I will be very, very surprised if they don't announce Paul Bearer.
I would be very surprised as well, yeah.
If they don't announce Paul Bearer, I'll be incredibly surprised. I think there's a strong chance of the Undertaker going in as well, too, because sometimes
It is even a bit late to start any build up to a feud.
and that's what's concerned
But
me.
we do, think about it. Elimination Chamber was a build up last year.
Yeah, I mean, did the CM Punk?
That was the night after Elimination
Chamber, so it could be, but I can't think of who you gonna get. Like Bray Wyatt, maybe if they did something early on. But
yeah, I think in a minute though, it's the whole Cena thing's gonna.
well, they might put him with Kane because CM Punk, if he's not coming back, you
Can't leave Kane in limbo, but Kane's gonna have to find some way of being the monster again.
Well, Undertaker comes back, goes, brother, what the hell happened to you?
And fuck, dude.
We could do something like that, but I can't think of anything to give. I mean, hopefully you wouldn't give him Sheamus or something like that. Or,
well, at least you fucking win.
Yeah, it's like
I'll try and put some intrigue there.
I can just say it now, like, Dolph, you busy man, yeah? Funny. Oh, do you want to do Undertaker because we've got fuck all else? What? yeah, we need someone to work with Taker, and he says he likes you. Miz, fuck off. I don't.
Miz, what are you doing at Mania? Yeah, very fucking funny. You know I planned my wedding day on that day because I wouldn't be doing anything. And none of you said you'd come. Well, JBL did, but he said he'd come.
Yeah.
So would Maurice. I didn't hear the whole thing.
So, really, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, right now, 1 being what? Sorry, there's a pay-per-view, and 10 being, oh my god, I cannot wait to see Randy Orton win. How excited are you for the Elimination Chamber right now?
About 4.
I'm about 3. I'm just like,
I'm edging closer to a 4 than a 3, but I'm not far.
How long do you reckon it would? I mean, where do you see the Shield at Mania?
An integral threat for the United States Championship.
Interesting. Do you reckon Biggie Langston will get a defend his title at Mania?
Pretty sure.
I wonder who he defended against. Well, I suppose Damien Sandow is still that in the air.
Dolph
would be a good one.
Because they won't put Dolph in the main show.
I would mind a triple threat for the IC.
Could work.
Fucking go for it. But beyond all that,
you have a tag team match on the show this year, and you'll have AJ versus Natalya.
Hell, I'll take a fatal 4-way for the Eurocontinental.
Not
Eurocontinental.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The interstate. I suppose it would be called. Put the US one. Put the IC first.
I think you say a tag team title match.
And of course, you got AJ Lee. They've been working
AJ will face Natalya.
Yeah, I've got horrible. I don't even think it'll be Natalya. That's what's horrible. I'd rather be Natalya. I think it's going to be.
Could be Tamina.
I think
that makes sense.
It'll either be Tamina or one of the fucking Dactyls again.
I don't mind Naomi, just not Cameron.
I do for Mania. For Mania, I feel it has to be.
Worker.
Not for Mania.
I think she's capable.
Speaking of divas, it's coming back. Total Divas is coming back.
I'm going to kill this.
Do you want to swap seats? Because this will be more comfortable for you.
How is this going to be comfortable for you?
It'll be more comfortable for me than it will be for you. I'm happy to swap. Yeah, that's... Right, okay. So, you really have to remember this. That's
That's folded in half?
Well, I thought that can't really be helped, that one. But, yeah, so basically, Total Divas has come back with a big change. JoJo is out.
Which I think may have something to do with her relationship with Randy Orton. I think he may have put the nix on the whole thing.
But coming back in, so going into Total Divas is...
New seasons, new surprises, new divas.
New world order.
Following announcement is being brought to you by the SWO.
Summer Rae is going into Total Divas.
And apparently she is career-driven, but has her eye stolen by a superstar, which is obviously intrigued a lot of people, fangirls, Tumblr, not necessarily fangirls on Tumblr, but just fangirls who watch the show, people who watch the show in general, are sitting there going, oh my god, who is it? There's a lot of speculation. Someone says it could be Dean. Someone said Barrett, but I think, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, we've been saying it on here, Alicia, I'm pretty sure him and Foxy are still together.
Yeah,
I've heard nothing otherwise.
Probably.
Someone suggested Sandow.
Yeah.
I mean, Sandow's a ladies' man. He's had a fucking reputation.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it could be. And then there's the whole altercation on the trailer, where out of nowhere...
And I haven't seen this trailer, so I'm looking forward to watching it.
It is on YouTube right now, the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Where out of nowhere...
Yeah.
She being Summer Rae, slaps Natalia.
Now, there are many, many, many people, if you're a diva, that you can get away with slapping. I honestly don't think Natalia's one of them. I think if you slap Natalia gonna kill you.
I don't think she'd kill you. I think she might beat your ass.
Yeah, by the end of it, you're gonna wish you were dead. Unless you're you, in which case you'd be like, go ahead, I can take it.
Yeah. Let me show you what a real man is. DJ ain't gonna do.
But yeah, so I'm interested in seeing what that's all about. There's a lot of stuff that happens on Tour Divas that I couldn't give a shit about. But
usually it's to do with the Funkadactyls and Eva Marie.
Yeah, but there's like I do like following the story of Natty and like how and see how the divas are treated by and obviously a lot of it's bullshit. It's a reality show and by its very nature it's contradictory to its own term. It's not reality. It's based in reality. There's a difference. And obviously they've got a script and they've got to make it, but there is interesting things to be said. And for anyone that's like, oh well, it's a shit show, Natalia has gotten more recognition since it went out, and that's undeniable.
And it's not shit.
Yeah.
Me and Boss put it on the first episode to think, right, let's see what the car wreck is.
Yeah.
And then it was, we could maybe watch the next episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it started. I was like, oh, we'll watch it. And then it was, we have to report on it. We have to, tell Mark out. And then it was just like, you know what? Some of this is actually pretty fucking funny. Especially when you look at like Savuso.
Oh, fucking, Jonathan.
Yeah, Johnny used to, like, when you follow it in, like, his wisecracks up, you're like, the guy's funny. But, yeah.
Boss just cringes whenever the fucking Zactos go on TV, which is ironic because that's also the time that Uso comes on TV. We see John Cena be a sensible, normal guy and kind of like him. And
then he turns into a twat. It's just like...
It's like, that's the John we know!
We see the Bellas, jump between face and heel more fucking times.
I just like watching see the Bellas jump.
Oh, yeah, you would. There be some pictures on the website they just put up that you'll like.
Yes, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Seattle Seahawks. It's happening as of recording Sunday night.
No, I was talking about the ones on the beach, but never mind. But
I've seen them as well.
but
and it's not the Pittsburgh Steelers, sorry, it's the Denver Broncos, forgive me.
But a continued theme between you and me is something that we both enjoy watching, and that is NXT.
I fucking love NXT.
And NXT,
I love watching NXT.
I mean, NXT, for me, and you and me very rarely argue, and the only thing that we've argued about recently is that I kind of get a bit bored with the in-between aspects of NXT.
That's because you're soft?
The matches are phenomenal. They're great, except when it's CJ Parker. But the matches are great, and...
Yeah, who jobs over Jason Jordan the other week when Jordan also had an entrance and had a new gimmick, and it was like, oh, maybe he's going to do something. He hits an offensive move. Okay, what the score? Oh, no, there it is.
Yeah. But,
and then he slaps them, and then CJ slapped the Miz in the face, so that was hilarious.
I'm hoping to see a lot more improvement in the in-between segments, because...
Well, they will do, because why?
that's the thing, though. I will say to them, though, that I don't feel like they've always been crap. I feel like they've gone down.
Recently,
yeah. I can't... Maybe it's because, you haven't got Dusty Rhodes, doing a lot of...
Yeah, JBL, who's the GM, seems to have disappeared.
Yeah, it just seems like obviously Triple H has appeared. And there's a reason Triple H has appeared that you were about to go into, and I'm going to let you continue the point there.
Yes, because it's finally happening. And I say finally when I mean finally.
WWE have announced something which is landmark, something which is unprecedented, something which could change the face of the WWE forever.
So that is fucking awesome.
The question is, will it be awesome? And there are possible cons to it, but I'll get into that.
You always got to look at the fucking negative.
No, I'm anticipating the negative.
Yeah, anticipating the
But, Geek, what have they announced?
The WWE Network isn't going to be your cable prescription. It is a streaming service, which means...
It's not Netflix.
Yes.
Even though it's
kind of
Netflix.
It's kind of like... Well, here's a perfect one for you.
Yeah.
It's a combination of satellite and cable television, Netflix, and live stream.
Is it anything similar to Sky's On Demand?
It's very similar.
Yeah. Now, there's going to be a whole host of things available. WWE Attitude Era style episodes. There's going to be ECW pay-per-views, WCW pay-per-views.
They've announced you will be able to watch over 300 hours, I think I said, or 300 episodes maybe. Basically, you're going to be able to watch every...
Well, in fairness, it's going to be roughly 300 hours if it's for 300 episodes, is it? Is an ECW like an hour show or something?
Yeah.
So, either way, you're right.
Of course I am. You're going to be able to watch every single every single WWE, WCW, and ECW pay-per-view. You're going to be able to watch on-demand shows, DVDs, and the rest. That's a lot of that, dude.
Yeah. So I'm pouring a drink at the time, and I've just got the amount of froth my glass is consisting of.
You'll be able to watch
Guinness.
It fucking is. You'll be able to watch the DVDs that they've ever released, documentaries, shows, and starting relatively on launch, I believe.
Yep.
You'll be able to watch pay-per-views. We're starting with WrestleMania 30. You will be able to watch original shows just for the network.
Example.
These shows are WWE Countdown, where you will vote every month for the episode, or maybe every week, sorry.
Yep.
Where you will be able to choose your opportunity of the top. They'll give you 10 options. You choose which one you think is right, and that will go in the countdown.
Exactly.
It is so you will impact something that happens as much as you can with any WWE poll.
Basically, it's like any countdown kind of show. You know, they give you a list of options. You choose. You pick your favorites.
Such as favorite backstabbing.
Yeah.
Favorite catchphrase.
Yeah.
Favorite finisher.
Exactly.
Favorite. I believe the first one is favorite backstabbing, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it's favorite turn, maybe something like that. It was on
the biggest betrayal.
Biggest betrayal. There you go.
Because one of the options is Montreal Screwjob, which I'm sick of hearing about.
Which is weird because you're only a fan since 01. I had it since day one.
Other shows are the likes of you got House of Legends.
The Legends House, yes.
Which was recorded ages ago.
Most of it was, you can tell.
Yeah.
Triple H still has hair in half of the interviews.
But there's a reason why we bring this up, though.
But that's not just all, though.
Right.
There's the WrestleMania Rewind where superstars will talk to you about how they felt watching it, and in certain cases, how they felt involved in it.
Yeah. But I'm saying...
And the Monday Night War episodes, where they will talk about how they felt during that time. And this will include interviews from the likes of Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Stephanie McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and more importantly than all of them people combined, The Undertaker. Do you know why that's more important than everyone else combined?
The Undertaker?
Because The Undertaker doesn't do fucking interviews. Apart from when, someone calls up and says, yo, would you like to do an interview on Thy Kingdom Come, the Triple H story?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll just sit here. You might as well just roll the camera and we'll talk about a bunch of subjects while I'm here.
Yeah. But the reason why we bring this as we're talking about NXT is because Triple H has announced that on the WWE Network, you'll start being able to watch live NXT episodes.
At least the very first one. I don't know if everyone is afterwards.
I think all of them are going to be on
I would assume.
But if you think about it, what's great is that on the first live episode of NXT, when the product launches, we are going to see Adrian Neville taking on...
The local hero.
Yeah.
Local hero Adrian Neville. The man that gravity forgot. Now, that local hero part's only for Geordie. It's coming to tune. Fuck the Mackens.
Versus the NXT champion.
Don't stop believing. Ah!
Sorry, I didn't stab him at all.
Bring.
Versus the NXT champion, Bo Dallas.
You're a believer. You're a believer. Ah, stop it!
I will stab you I would stab you. I'm not stabbing you every time you show any support for Bo Dallas at all.
Bo's a good, honest person. Bo would never swear at the crowd after the crowd turned on him.
Probably
because
not.
You know why?
Why?
They weren't saying boo. They
I
were
will
saying,
stab you.
Boo, Tista! Boo, Tista! Oh!
You know, most people when they get stabbed in the leg usually start bleeding to death. You just seem to get hurt.
Wait for it.
Okay.
Wait for it. Come
Anyway, so the
fucking
WWE Network.
shit.
Now, there is a potential con in this.
Not for fucking 10 quid a month for a 6-month subscription, it's not. 10 quid a month. They get a fucking pay-per-view for 10 quid a month when it usually will cost them fucking 30.
Yes, however, they need to make sure they've got a decent backup plan in place because it is possible, although I don't think it'll ever happen, there is a slight possibility that the subscription plan won't work. Because it is hugely dependent on people actually subscribing, and if everyone becomes an idiot, which is possible.
How many people did you see on your Tumblr from America on Sunday going, God, I can't wait till the network turns up so I don't have to stream this shit anymore or pay $40 for it?
I agree with that. However, to say that it's something that cannot fail...
I didn't say it can't fail. I didn't say it can't fail. I just said it's fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
And do you know the biggest con is?
Yeah.
The fact that international and UK fucking subscribers can't have it until late this year, early next.
And again,
if we're lucky, we'll get it for next Royal Rumble.
I think this is a fantastic idea. And hell, once again, it's a fantastic deal, 10 quid a month.
Yeah, because by then we've moved in back together.
Yeah. But the point is, it can...
I hook up the laptop to the PlayStation to the TV.
Yeah, I'm not... Again,
and we write the Netflix on.
I'm not saying it can't work.
Well, the network.
And I'm not saying, well, I think it will work. But if they get the worst look possible and it doesn't pan out, this will cost them big time. So I'm just thinking about... And as far as it goes, I've only heard one big critic of the WWE Network, and I don't give two flying fucks for his own opinion, because I don't care. Dana White.
Why did Dana have a bad opinion?
Well, he reckons it's fucking sporadic.
Eh?
I don't get it. He's talking about a subscription business. I'm not going to be asked to look at this quote, because this is wrestling, not UFC. But yeah, Dana White's very, very critical of the network, and I'm like, is it because you don't have one? Maybe? You know, is it because it's a completely different world to what you're used to? Or, I mean, he does recognise that Vince McMahon, he says in this speech, he does recognise it's a revolutionary, and he pretty much made pay-per-views what they are. Yeah. And yeah, if you go onto Google, by the way, you'll find it says Happy New Year, because it's the new Chinese New Year. Yeah, I know. Random non-wrestling facts. However, I don't agree with his assessment. I think he might be talking out of his depth, with all due respect to him. And I think when this network thing, I think you are playing in Vince McMahon's ball game here. You're playing in his court because Vince McMahon isn't just a wrestling promoter. It's not like he's going wrestle all the time. He understands media. He understands this kind of thing. He revolutionized it. So really, I don't take anything he says, too seriously. However, there are people who have pointed out that there are possible concerns with having the network if it doesn't work, but at the end of the day, I think you've got a bigger chance of it working than it failing.
Especially the way they're doing it.
Exactly.
This is going to work much better than it would if you put it on a fucking cable as a channel.
Now, something I wanted to cover,
go ahead,
very, very briefly, is TNA. I'm not covering the pay-per-views, I'm not covering goals, but I'm covering just basic news points and my opinion. First of all, AJ Styles is gone.
Adios, amigos.
Hasn't got a contract with them anymore. He's in ROH. He's not on the roster. All that jazz. He is gone from TNA.
Adios, amigos.
There have been many, many times that we have said, and year after year, the reports come in, AJ Styles leaving. And then all of a sudden, AJ Styles leaves 2014. Beginning of the fucking year, and he's gone. Which is like, are you fucking kidding me? It finally happened. Not only that, but it's very, very possible that Sting could be gone as well. And,
well, they got a new champion.
And here's the thing. The ball started going downhill very recently with the whole TNA Dixie Carter heel turn. Now, I've heard of art imitating reality, but reality imitating art as well. It just... Wow, okay. Dixie Carter, they've got a new head of creative and all that jazz. Jeff Jarrett's taken a lesser position.
He's left.
Yeah.
They can't get much lesser than that.
He still has a holding in the company.
He still left the fucking operation,
he's a very low shareholder. But what is bizarre about this whole thing is Magnus has become the world heavyweight champion in the most ridiculous way possible. I mean, I don't get TNA's. Look, they have a platform here to, really challenge WWE. At this point, they don't really challenge any indie companies except in the realms of finance. They have a better financial, backing than any indie federation out there. Sorry, any indie company out there. And yet, ROH are pulling off a lot better shows than they are with far less money, as are the likes of Shikara. Not Shikara, but
Pro Wrestling Gorilla.
Yeah, that's the one I meant. Pro Wrestling Gorilla, CZW even, all these shows, I honestly don't get where Dixie's logic come from. It seems almost as if the longer Vince Russo's gone from TNA, the more Vince Russo they think. Things like having constant swerves. It's like, this is what you need to get a decent story in TNA at the moment. This is really all you need. You've got one guy who wants the belt, one guy who has the belt. Bang! There's your fucking storyline. Because at this point, simplicity is the most over thing you could probably have in TNA. Because people are getting so sick of this bullshit honest to God, do not be surprised if 6 months down the road, you have a TNA World Championship match decided in a game of tic-tac-fucking-toe. It was Magnus versus AJ Styles for the undisputed TNA World Championship by this ridiculous match where the title is held over the fucking Titatron, or whatever it is TNA call it, because obviously they can't call it Titatron.
It's
But the entranceway, basically, with a ladder set up whilst they fought in the ring. It's like, here's an idea, right? Because you might as well have just done a championship on a pole match. Why not just have those two kick the shit of each other without having 15-odd fucking minutes worth of interference from every single person that has a contract? Just have the two fight, have Magnus win cleanly to make him look like a strong champion, and then boom, there's your company sorted. One a day.
But how do you sell that?
By just doing it.
No, but how do you sell that?
Oh, well, here's the thing, TNA representative. If you do that, it sells itself.
But how do you sell that?
It's already selling itself.
No, you have to sell something.
It's already done.
You have to sell it.
It's already done.
With a gimmick.
No, you don't.
Like a ladder.
You don't.
How about we take that?
No.
And we put it high.
No.
So high you have to climb a ladder.
No.
But not in the ring.
No. There's no need to do that, though, Mr. TNA creative guy.
Are you sure?
I'm very certain.
Kind of sounds like there is.
No, I'm certain. Put it this way, one of the greatest matches of all time was Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania, the first time they met right at WrestleMania. No gimmicks involved, it was just two guys wanting to prove that they were the best. Sold better than any match that TNA has ever put forth. And you're telling me, Mr. TNA creative guy, that you require a gimmick.
Yep.
I quit.
Bye, Jeff.
The fact is, TNA are wasting their time with pointlessness and ridiculous gimmicks when they don't need it. And if you're going to have a gimmick, use it. I mean, Rockstar Spud is your...
No, he is the chief of staff for Madam Dixie Carter.
Right, okay, so he's bullshit gimmick number 25.
Yes.
He's Sean Morley of the TNA, which is a fantastic achievement. Well done. And, quite frankly, it's not needed. First of all, who gives two flying fucks about Rockstar Spud? Who is this fucking guy?
He's a sick little brummie.
It's like, no one cares.
I'm not even kidding, he's from fucking Birmingham.
Nobody cares about Rockstar Spud. Honestly, at this point, you could get a bigger fucking reaction by having Brad Marks coming out announcing he's bought the entire company. In fact, I wouldn't mind that.
Say.
However, TNA have turned around and said, "Oh, we've got an investor." Because, we've never had that before, Mick Foley, Eric Bischoff. We've never had an investor storyline, but they've gone with the investor storyline because, unlike, not only do they want to have something just completely unoriginal, but they want to have something just completely ridiculous. They've said, have you noticed TNA gets fucked every time someone buys stock? They weren't even public. TNA aren't a public company. How can they? Dixie Carter must have known that stocks were being sold because it's not a private. It's a private company. It's not public.
Not if they invested with Daddy.
But that's the thing. She would still have to know, being the president of the company. And if she doesn't know,
Daddy will tell her what Daddy needs to tell her.
But that's the problem. If she's the president, she should know it.
Yes, but if Daddy hasn't told her, then it's what she could do.
Then he's breaking rules.
Yes, but Daddy owns it.
But she's the president. It has to go through her.
I don't think you're understanding this.
I refuse to ignore logic.
Well, unfortunately for you, we're going to have to.
But they've got an investor coming in who, owns some of the company. By the way, how many people technically own? Because Mick Foley owned it. I don't remember him selling it. I don't remember Bischoff selling it.
Mick Foley released his stock for a profit.
Oh, did he?
When he started to become an in-ring competitor, and when he lost the title, that's when he took his profit.
Fantastic. Okay, that's good.
That was never announced on television, but Mick went as far as saying "sure" to some fan when they suggested it.
Oh, raised my hope just a tiny bit. But the fact is,
I'd get you that one.
But the fact is, they've got a new investor in. Now, because the episode hasn't aired yet, I can't tell you on the show who it is.
I can. MVP.
Yeah, because you know why? He fucking announced it on Twitter.
No, look, it's on their main website. Apparently, it happened last night in America.
You did. It happened. They've also recorded the week's after's episode the same night as well.
You mean despite the fact that it's supposed to be airing live?
Yeah. I mean, we should stop saying that. But MVP is the new investor for TNA. I don't have a problem with MVP. I like MVP. I think MVP is fucking awesome.
I'm coming.
I hated the overdrive when he's using it. That guy changed it to the drive-by.
Yeah.
But honest to God, when MVP is your big surprise, you've got to ask yourself, TNA, where the fuck are you? It's my honest hope that MVP coming in could lead to some kind of genius creative venture that will actually make things fucking awesome and good.
Right, well, let's just quickly move over. Of course, they're currently in the UK doing their UK stuff, which is usually, ironically enough, their best shows of the year. Just because there's a different feel to the crowd. Mainly because they pay tickets they pay to be there. They've already announced that premiering on the February 7th, one night only will be, and this is the official name for it, hashtag old school.
I'm sure WWE's going to have a problem with that.
No, because not old school TNA, it's just hashtag old school.
I suppose you can't register a hashtag.
Nope.
We can try.
But you will fail. Apparently Kurt Angle is going to be inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame at Wembley Arena. Yep, America is getting a big difference between Wembley Arena and Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
And
honestly,
one moment.
Honestly,
they've announced that next year they will be only going to 3 event arenas. On the 29th, Glasgow at the SSE Hydro Arena. On the 30th, Manchester Phones for You Arena. And on the 31st, we're double TV taping an Ultimate X match. Wow. Not like fucking going, please come. The London Wembley Arena. Their tickets will go on sale whenever they fucking go on sale.
For an extortionate
7th of February, 10 a.m. if you're that interested. I'm personally not.
Who cares?
Now, on to better things. And yes, I say fucking better things. ROH. Something I'm enjoying very much at the minute because it's the top prospects tournament. I'm trying to catch up as I can, but I've been very busy with work. Hence the real reason that everything's gone to shit on this show.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a shit. I would say to an ever-ending abyss of sadness.
Yes. At the 12th anniversary weekend of ROH, February the 21st and February the 22nd, AJ Styles is committed to being there, and his opponents will be, on one match, the Lethal Injection himself, Jay Lethal. And in the second match, Nigel McGuinness has given them what they want. It will be AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, going one-on-one with Unbreakable Michael Elgin.
That's just going to hurt.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be like, yo, AJ, you've been in TNA. Watch this. It's like, that's just going to hurt.
Michael Elgin said he wants to prove that he can fight with the best and that his actions will speak louder than words. Yep. Well, he's got his wish. Now, their next big show coming up is Saturday, the February the 8th, 2014. That is called State of the Art. And it will be the real world champion, Jerry Briscoe, versus the ROH World Champion, Adam Cole, for Jay Briscoe's real World Championship.
Okay.
Basically, it's to settle. If Jay loses, he loses his real World Championship, he can fuck off.
Yeah.
And in a four-corner survival match, it will be Unbreakable Michael Elgin, the Lethal Injection Jay Lethal, Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen, and the ROH Television Champion, the Sicilian Psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa. That's going to hurt. And then a proving ground match.
I thought it was Ciampa.
Ciampa. It changes every time someone fucking pronounces it. I don't know. In a proving ground match, basically this means if the challengers beat the champions, they guarantee themselves a championship opportunity in the future.
Okay.
It will be Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush? Rush. I've done it to Sean Connery.
Rushmore. That's about Rushmore. That's what it is.
Adrenaline Rush. ACH. Everybody's favourite wrestler. And to Darius Thomas.
Every time like Summer comes out, you get so excited, don't you? It's ACH! It's ACH!
It's alright. I'll keep going. And versus the ROH World Tag Team Champions, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Red Dragon. This will take place in San Antonio, Texas. As well as that to be, also in action will be Barrister R.D. Evans and Caprice Coleman. Tickets are available now. So that's pretty much all I'm going to... Also, PWG, we mentioned it briefly, Pro Wrestling Gorilla. It's something me and Boss are really getting... Well, I'm getting a lot more into. Finally for a chance. And if I put on...
Yeah, the problem I have with Pro Wrestling Gorilla is my little brother is really good at picking up submission maneuvers and using them on me, and I'm not as flexible as he is. So getting out of these submission maneuvers can be a bitch. So Geek thinks it's a great idea to show funk these matches so he can inflict as much pain on me as possible.
It is fun. Now, their annual DDT4 tournament is coming up. I can't remember what DDT4 stands for the life of me, but I know that T is to the power of 4.
Okay.
I may even try to find out.
Is it not just a play on the DDT?
No, it is the Dynamite Derivative Tag Team Title Tournament.
Oh, there you go. There's a mouthful.
Hence DDT4.
Yeah.
This is where they will team people who may be tag team partners or may not be tag team partners for a tournament to take place. So this, and I believe the winners. It used to be the time that the winners would be the champions of the tag team champions. However, they've taken out recently and changed that so that it's the number one contendership that they'll earn. which is the titles are currently held by the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson. So, in the first round, you have Team Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent,
Okay.
versus the Rock Nest Monsters, Johnny Goodtime and Johnny Yuma. Candice LeRae and Joey Ryan, versus Adam Cole and Kevin Steen.
I'm walking away now.
You have PP Ray, Peter Avalon and Ray Roses, versus the Unbreakable fucking Machines, Unbreakable Michael Hogan and Brian the fucking Machine Cage. You have ACH and AR Fox, two people who know how to fly so high Michael Jordan wishes he could do it, and R. Kelly could never even fucking dream of singing about it while he's pissing on little girls. Or 13-year-old, whatever you fucking do. There was something going on there.
Yeah.
Versus the Inner City Machine Guns, Rich Swann and Ricochet. So expect that match to take place somewhere in the sky as if Dragon Ball Z was filming the film. In a singles match, you have the ROH television champion, who holds no titles in PWG, Tommaso Ciampa, whatever you want to take, versus the team leader of Camp Roddy, Mr. ROH, 1/3 of the Dojo Bros, and more importantly, MC Chops Too Hard, Roderick Strong. And in a 4-way #1 contendership match, Johnny Gargano will take on the returning I Need a Hero. Who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. That's his song.
I know it is.
Versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Drake Younger. Hell of a match that's going to be. Tickets are sold out for the front row, $40. It was amazing that $40 for the front row. What's even more amazing is when you watch a show, how close they are actually to front row. Might as well say fucking sitting on the apron.
Yeah, you're the referee for 50.
But there are tickets available at the door, so make sure you get yourself there. This takes place Friday, January 31st, 2014. Kicks off at 8 p.m. of course at the American Legion Post. And it is in Reseda, California. This is just the third. I think it's a 2-day tournament. It's a 1-day tournament. You get also to follow this, you get the semi-finals and the final round matches take place. More likely there'll be more matches to will happen.
Yep.
So that leads me from everything I want to talk about, but leads us to an so familiar spot where we finished talking about rumors.
Yeah.
We finished talking about what's happening in the world of wrestling and what to look forward to in the world of wrestling.
Yeah.
It leads us to go nostalgia with a certain thing you like to call...
You get it! Cha-cha-cha!
Love it when you do it like
that. I know. I'll do it for you.
Well, there's a couple of people we probably do it for as well.
No, you ask, they may enjoy it, but I do it for you, Geek. So what are you asking us to look back at this week, Geek?
I've decided that I will just say some of the matches that I've enjoyed recently that aren't WWE related.
Okay, so which company are we going
with? We're going with ROH and PWG. I know I've talked a lot more about that already, but that's really what I've been delving deep into. Pretty recently, to be honest, Final Battle, the last TNA ROH pay-per-view. This was took place in December at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Of course.
And there's two matches I think I'd recommend watching. For completely different reasons. In a stretcher match with a loser must stop using the pile driver, Kevin Steen versus Michael Bennett alongside Maria Kanellis, the First Lady of Professional Wrestling and Ring of Honor. This is just a fun, awesome, brutal match.
Right.
And it has a lot of story build up to it, so you don't really see a Ring of Honor now often. It happens, but not very often. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of fun to see that. And also, for the ROH World Television Championship, go see Matt Taven with Truth Martini and the Hoopla Hottie, Scott Bordeaux, and Excelsior, something.
Excelsior, good
the
friends.
House of Truth try and compete with a Sicilian psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa. That match is just 5 minutes of I'm gonna fuck you up.
Pretty much.
And to the point where you've probably heard it if you watch Shout, or you've watched episodes where Funk's been a major part of this. He has this giggle where it's kind of an escape surprise giggle. He did that for pretty much five minutes straight during this match. There was moments in this match that would not be allowed on WTV anywhere in the near future or the last 3 years when Scarlett Bordeaux and I forget the name of the other Hoopla Hottie because it's never fucking mentioned very often, get involved and you just sit there and go, this can't end well.
No.
And you know what? It does for us. Now, over at
Pro
Wrestling Gorilla, my fucking brain's freezing on me.
PWG.
Yep. We've got 2 matches for you to look forward to here, to go watch. Just because there's some fucking awesome moments in it. Once again, it's that man again. One of my favourite at the minute. Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen taking on always cheating Harry ACH. And no, I'm not going to try and think of a way to say ACH every fucking time I mention them because it's too fucking hard.
So it's basically going to be like the Just Rock Facts.
Yeah, I'll tell you this way. It's everyone's favourite Scottish wrestler, Och.
Och, aye.
This is just a great little match. There's some fun moments in it. There's a couple of great spots if you watch NXT. And that you watch, and you know that the way they've done the whole El Generico Sami Zayn thing, where El Generico actually isn't Sami Zayn. El Generico retired to go work in an orphanage in Mexico, in Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
This Sami Zayn, though, wrestles a lot like him and just happens to be his protege.
Ah, see, his protege.
Yeah. And depending on whose side of the match you are, either Kevin Steen or ACH's, he's a little bitch.
Yeah.
But look forward to that. And finally, I never thought I'd say this. I never thought I'd say this on You Gotta Watch.
Yeah.
For the World Tag Team Championships in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, it's a mixed tag match.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, formerly Generation Me in TNA, versus Candice LeRae, I'm not sure how pronunciation that was.
We'll get
I believe it's called Candice.
We'll check it.
And Joey Ryan.
Joey Ryan.
Keeping things sleazy with the 87%.
Yep.
Now, what's great about this is Candice LeRae, Joey Ryan used to be enemies. They're now forming one to take on the Young Bucks. It's a lot of fun. It's a great little match. There's some great spots in it. If you want something else to watch, I would always recommend my personal match of the year from last year. 2 out of 3 falls. Antonio Cesaro versus Sami Zayn NXT.
Without
I would watch that over and over again. I have. As a matter of fact, boss, on your fucking computer or my settings, I have like matches wrote down for match of the year for our Slammy Awards.
Oh yeah.
There's only 2 of them, and I think both of them are NXT.
Yep. Do not be surprised.
No, sorry. I think one's a Punk match, and one's that 2 out of 3 falls match. And I'm sorry, but unless there's something amazing that happens during WrestleMania, 2 out of 3 falls is still there for me.
You got to remember, in case anyone's forgotten, the 2014 Slammy Awards, hashtag to the market Slammy Awards are coming up. We do them after WrestleMania, but we will be starting the voting for the Superstar ones. I have to calculate when I start that, because we always do it in time for the end of Mania. Also that because, obviously, I think what tends to happen is, with the Superstar one, people tend to look at who was best at Mania and then vote on that. But we want to know who's been good between 2013 to 2014's WrestleMania. If you're done with...
I'm done with You Gotta Watch.
We've got a couple of questions in the archives we need to get through just to see that we've done them. I'm going to start off with basically the first one that was sent.
Seriously, good idea.
Funny enough, it kind of applies. Since Raw was kind of bland this week,
okay,
so it kind of still applies. I was hoping you'd have time for Fan Corner. We did. What non-wrestling diva do you think was the most beautiful, and which current non-wrestling diva is? Keep marking out from John in Dallas, Texas. Well, I think the most beautiful from the past,
Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, Miss Elizabeth, hands down, is going to be Miss Elizabeth, and I wouldn't begin to differentiate from that. I mean, it depends how far back you're going, because for me, the only one that could match that for me excels beyond that is Stacey Keebler. And that's just my, because she's more my taste. So it depends how far back you want to go. If you talk about any time which isn't now, then for me, Stacey Keebler. For Geek King, it's
Miss Elizabeth.
Current non-wrestling, which is a bit hard because
I got a tie.
Most of them have had some kind of match.
I got a tie. Currently, that doesn't wrestle on a regular basis. I'll go with one that's WWE, one's not.
Yeah.
The one that's not WWE is Maria Canales.
And
the one that is WWE is Renee Young. Isn't she wonderful?
If we're going to expand it from what I know, because I know some from other companies, even then, most beautiful non-wrestling diva at the moment, I would probably go with Renee Young. Renee Young.
I mean, Christy as well. I know you're a bit of a fan for Christy.
Yeah, Christy, SoCal Val.
Oh, SoCal.
Actually, yeah, SoCal Val for me. Okay, next one. Hey yo. Would really like Geek to do that as Scott Hall. If you could. Can you do your Scott Hall, hey yo?
I guess I could.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Which wrestler's life would you like to see as a biopic movie, like Walk the Line, Johnny Cash, or Ali, Muhammad Ali? Mark out Emma from London. Emma? As in the Evolution. Oh, he's doing the Evolution! So you could see a biopic with any wrestler.
Ooh, a biopic. I mean...
But it's a biopic movie, so I'm assuming like Ali, like Will Smith.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it
Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix, sorry.
Oh, who cares? Nobody can ever pronounce his first name properly.
Like
I just did, boss.
It's like Candice and Candace.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh.
I suppose it's hard to tell because picking out the wrestler would give you a particular kind of movie, wouldn't it?
I'll give you 5.
Okay.
That are quite different.
Well, 3 just ain't enough.
Yes. 5 that are quite different.
Okay.
The Undertaker.
Right. Makes sense.
Because it's my favourite of all time, so I'd be interested in that. And he's had some drama backstage in his life and all that. Triple H. Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart. The Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Yeah. I agree with those ones.
Possibly, I think maybe for you though, I mean, the couple that I would have thought that maybe you come into your mind would be Foley.
Yeah.
And Piper.
Yeah, exactly. Those are my 2. Mick Foley and Roddy Piper. I haven't got a third. I've only got 2. So there you go. For biopic movies for Geek and myself, for me, Foley and Roddy Piper. For Geek King,
it's basically the Click, Taker, Flair.
Another question: if you could have any current diva be your valet, assuming you're a wrestler, from either WWE or NXT, which diva would you pick and why? That is from Lee from Glasgow, Scotland. So, a current WWE diva or NXT diva as your valet.
For valet purposes, I would probably. I'll get a 3 or NXT. I'll give you one of each because I'm nice like that.
Okay.
3. Well, AJ would work. For, we can still do the quirky, crazy thing, but we'll focus more on the geeky thing. NXT, Bailey.
Yeah. Easy to work with and all that jazz. For me, WWE. I would probably say WWE. Well, NXT for me would be probably Charlotte.
Oh yeah, that works.
Get away from the BFF. Not during the BFFs, but I take it away from them and says you don't need Paige. You don't need Emmett, but you don't need the BFFs. You know. From WWE, probably Stephen Man in a corporation kind of angle, where I look like a puppet for the corporation, and then eventually turn around and be like, nah, and then obviously dropping her. Last question for hashtag Five Corner. With rumours of TNA possibly being put up for sale by Dixie Can't Do Shit Carter's parents, which is a rumour that was going around all the way up to late December 2013. If you were a millionaire and could afford the price tag, well, we'll have to say billionaire, would you buy TNA, and if so, what would you do with it?
No.
If I was to buy TNA, the only reason I would buy TNA would be to hire people that know what the fuck they're doing. The first thing would be, because obviously Hulk Hogan's left TNA now, so Hulk Hogan's not a part of TNA, so that wrestling fans have been dying for. We finally got it, so nice work.
Unfortunately, now he's going to WWE and doing fucking fitness tests.
Yeah, but I would try to get people on board the likes of, not Jim Cornette, but rather the likes of Jim Ross, Paul Heyman I'm not going to be able to get, but Jim Ross I might be able to, with a decent enough pricing. Maybe someone like Stone Cold Steve Austin would be interested in doing a bit of work. There are some wrestlers out there, I mean, Roddy Piper, Fit Finlay.
No, yeah.
Try to get people in who kind of know what they're talking about. Bring Jeff Jarrett back as a consultant, but, say, look, we need to... Basically, what TNA need to do is find that middle ground between the past and the future. Because the gimmicks they've got going now, like, they keep trying to be different. It's not about being different. It's about being interesting. That's all you need.
Very true.
That's all you need in wrestling.
Everyone forgets that, though.
Yeah. But, yeah. So basically, if I bought it, it would simply be to bring in staff that knew what they were talking about. Just because you own it doesn't mean you know shit. All right? At the end of the day, I could buy TNA. Doesn't mean I know the wrestling business.
And for me,
yeah,
I just want to buy the fucker.
Just because your barber thinks he can manage England doesn't mean that if he bought them, he know how to make them win the fucking World Cup.
He can't buy England.
You can try.
French tried, they failed. The Saxons tried, they failed. The Vikings tried, they failed. The Germans tried, and they couldn't get past the fucking border.
I'm pretty certain England was taken over by the Norse. That's how we got where we are.
Didn't last long, though. Fucked off back to Norway, didn't they?
Oh yeah, but that's because they went, right, you're our bitches now. They're fucked off.
Actually, no, they're more likely because they raped and plundered, and that's all they ever did.
They still managed to get the job done. At the end of the day, Celts, Romans, Norse, at the end of the day, we had Winston Churchill. That's all that matters. And there's a bunch of people when Margaret Thatcher's around probably went, can this bitch die and can we get back Winston Churchill? That's all they care about. But anyway,
especially around here.
Yeah, that's not wrestling. This is wrestling. And we've done hashtag Fine Corner. The questions have been answered. And we were very happy to be back. Oh, it's back. We've finally been able to get down with this. It's always good getting this kind of stuff. We always love talking about wrestling. It's good to do so in an official capacity. But remember that you can send us questions via our Tumblr page, which is simply tunnelmarkout.com. You can either click on the Ask Marks a Question, or you can include /ask in the address there. And if you want any advice for stuff you like to watch, send an email or send a tweet or a message to Geek King, either via Total Markout or via his Tumblr page at geekking.tumblr.com.
If any of it makes sense, I might reply.
Yeah, basically, if you want any recommendations of things to watch, or, hey, I like this wrestler, could you recommend any other wrestlers to check out? Geek's your guy.
I like this wrestler, but I haven't seen a lot of them. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, he can point you in the direction. Of course, next week he'll have some more recommendations for you for matches you should check out.
When we record next week is fuck knows, because I've got a busy schedule.
Exactly. Basically, the way that these episodes will work is we will try to basically record on the day that Geek's available. If there's absolutely no way we can record an episode with Geek on the week, I'll record it. I'll try and bring a guest on, but I'll just basically talk about the stuff that's going on in my mind at the time. So sometimes Geek will be here, but you got to remember, Geek is pretty much the heart and soul of the show, and I'm kind of the spinal cord, I suppose. I'm here, I get the show up. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be an interesting one.
You're the liver.
Yeah, I keep us alive, but you keep us going. That's the difference. Something like that. We'll work it out in post-editing. Anyway.
You heal the show, I just keep everything fucking flowing.
Well, which organ's the one that's in charge of handling the alcohol?
Liver.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Notice that this week it's Pepsi.
Yeah. Who cares? Coke is going to give us money. And that matter now is Pepsi. But anyway, maybe one day we'll get sponsored by Edinburgh. But so basically, next week we'll be back. Hopefully, we'll be back with more. You got to watch. Suggestions for you. We will definitely have more thoughts and opinions regarding the upcoming Elimination Chamber PPV and, of course, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. I'll talk more about the two other people that are going into the Elimination Chamber match. We'll have an update on the CM Punk situation, we hope. I sincerely hope we do. And plus, next week, we'll try and give our thoughts on the WWE 2K14 game that we've all had a chance to play and try out. Give you our opinions on that.
What the fuck when we did the show afterwards?
I don't think we did.
I don't fucking know.
But anyway, that's all from us this week. Thank you very much for tuning in to the first episode of Season 3. And we will catch you again next week. So from Geek Kings, goodbye.
Goodbye.
And from me, it's goodbye. Adios. Right, we're going to go off and have fajitas and enchiladas. So until next time.
Marks out.